Having first served within the Galactic Republic's Navy during the Clone War, Jan Dodonna would rise to become one of the most important generals in the Rebellion's fight against the Galactic Empire. Ultimately becoming part of the Rebellion's High Command, Dodonna was instrumental in the rebel actions against the Empire both prior to and during the Galactic Civil War. Not only would he command one of the largest rebel cells known as the Massassi Group, but his efforts were paramount in the Battle of Yavin. But while he would appear in Rebels, Rogue One, and A New Hope, as well as in the comics in the immediate aftermath of Yavin within the current canon, Dodonna wasn't as visible within the Alliance High Command in the later events of the Galactic Civil War. So then it must be asked, what happened to General Jan Dodonna after A New Hope? In this video expose, I will answer this question and describe the actions taken by the Rebel General that would result in his death during the Galactic Civil War. I won't go over every detail again, as I discussed it previously in a video entitled What Happened to General David Straven After Rogue One, but like Draven, Dodonna was also present when Vader and Death Squadron trapped the Rebel fleet at the Makota space docks. Following the mutiny on Mon Cala, roughly 1 year after the Battle of Yavin, through the efforts of Leia and the Rebellion, the Rebels were able to vastly expand their fleet as they obtained a dozen Mon Calamari starcruisers. Hiding from the wrath of the Empire while searching for a new base of operations, the Rebellion established itself upon the Makota space docks within the Outer Rim. Also serving as a shipyard and production center, it would be here at the space docks where the Rebels would outfit their new Mon Calamari cruisers with systems that would be crucial in their war against the Empire, allowing them to form the core of the Rebel fleet. However, as the Rebellion held a party upon the space docks to celebrate their victory and show their new fleet to their allies, they quickly learned that they were betrayed by Queen Trios, who despite having helped the Rebels obtain the starcruisers, ultimately revealed the presence of the Rebel base to Vader. Caught in the Imperial trap, the situation was made worse when the Rebellion figured out that all of their cruisers couldn't open their cargo bay doors to scramble fighters, with their turbo lasers and propulsion systems offline as well. Basically, the newly outfitted Rebel fleet was helpless against the Imperial attack. Ultimately, the Rebellion was able to figure out how to utilize the failsafes to scramble their starfighters, while also determining the presence of override codes on board Vader's flagship, the Executor. While a strike team led by Leia was able to obtain the codes and bring them back to a Rebel cruiser to reboot its systems back online, the damage had already been done. Rebel generals Willard and Draven were dead, a number of the Rebel fleet's new starcruisers were decimated, and the Rebellion starfighters suffered significant casualties. As Leia boarded the Rebel cruiser Republic commanded by General Jan Dodonna and allowed the override codes to be uploaded to make all systems operational, the Republic barely escaped the assault by entering hyperspace. But while they were able to escape and make copies of the codes so starfighters could attempt to bring them to the remaining trapped cruisers at the space docks, Luke and Leia were adamant that the Republic had to return as well, to rescue the remaining allies and save what they could of their fleet. Although Dodonna was initially hesitant, unwilling to risk the security he had just gained for their cruiser, as well as being unable to simply risk the lives of others on board the ship, he ultimately decided to return to the battle to wage war against the Empire and assist the others in whatever way he could. While Vader and Death Squadron continued their attack on the space docks and Rebel fleet, the Republic emerged from hyperspace right on top of the Executor, with Dodonna ordering an attack with everything the cruiser had. As Vader ordered the Imperial fleet to destroy them, several Star Destroyers began to pursue the retreating Mon Calamari cruiser. At that point, Dodonna signaled and notified Han, who emerged from hyperspace and began their attempt to distribute the override codes to the remaining cruisers, which were placed within small transports defended by Rebel X-Wings. As Han protected them from TIE fighters, the first transports were able to enter the cruisers to pass along the codes and bring their systems back online, including a cruiser captained by General Hera Syndulla. After conferring with Dodonna about the next stage of their plan, he informed Hera to wait until all remaining cruisers had their systems online, and then to follow protocol by dispersing the fleet to their predetermined destinations. As Hera began her counterattack to give the fleet as much time as possible, Luke and Leia successfully landed a transport within Makota base itself, where Mon Mothma and the Rebellion's key ambassadors were trapped. But while these high-ranking rebellion leaders were able to prepare to enter hyperspace, Dodonna was informed that the Republic's engines were hit, and thus they were unable to retreat. Accepting his fate, Dodonna decided he would do everything he could to protect the remaining cruisers as they made their retreat and dispersed the capital ships. Ultimately, the remaining cruisers were able to jump to hyperspace, leaving only Dodonna's Republic remaining in the battle. With the cruiser's shields failing and Vader targeting the last remaining rebel starship, Dodonna informed his crew how proud he was of all of them for their efforts. With that, the Republic exploded, killing Dodonna and everyone on board. The Imperial assault on the Rebellion base was devastating to the rebels and their war against the Empire. As Vader would later confirm to Sidious, over half of their new starcruisers were lost, in addition to over 90% of their starfighters. However, the sacrifice made by Dodonna and the crew of the Republic ensured that some of the most important figures in the rebellion were saved and could continue to fight their war against the Empire, including Mon Mothma, Hera Syndulla, Akbar, and Chewbacca. His heroic actions would contribute greatly to the eventual victory of the rebellion over the Empire. So there we have it, what the ultimate fate of General Jan Dodonna was after the Battle of Yavin. We love making these videos, so why not subscribe for more fun Star Wars theories and discussions? Also, if you enjoyed the video, think about giving a like or leaving a comment. Or perhaps follow us on Twitter at SW Reading Club for updates regarding the channel. Or support the channel through Patreon for access to exclusive rewards and discussions. If not for me... For satisfactory results.